Fans say staff is shuffling seats to fill empty stadiums, y'all. They said her second show was half empty, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This goes to show you that that award that she got, the album of the year award, was all that was fake. You, out of all your concerts you didn't fill the stadiums up. But when you finally get the album of the year, because your husband jumped on, and checked the award show, the math ain't mathing, y'all. Why she got all these other awards, but she never got album of the year. And then they call themselves gave it to her for Black History Month. I was like, Lord, they really piling it on, y'all. If she deserves it, fine. But if she don't, she don't. You can't even fill a stadium the year that you get album of the year. The album, the actual album that you get album of the year, you can't fill the stadiums. This is an embarrassment, y'all, for Beyonce. This is what this is right now. This is crazy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The mighty is falling, y'all. The mighty is falling. Her second show, and the fans is posting up the empty seats and everything, y'all. This is what they're saying. Let's go over a little bit of this stuff real quick, y'all. They said this is awkward. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter era might be giving us country chic glam and fierce vocals. But according to fans on social media, her stadium's not so full. And they got the chart up, y'all. Look how many seats are still for sale. And she done went down on the tickets dramatically, y'all. She done went down on the tickets a lot. And people still not buying them. But a lot of people that probably could afford it, they didn't already got their income tax and probably didn't spend it too. Okay? The people that, got some screws missing that want to be hypnotized by Beyonce. Okay, y'all? And stay in La La Land with her. Beyonce kicked off her highly anticipated Cowboy Carter tour. The country tingled, followed up, I guess it's a tinged, followed up to her a Renaissance reign. And while the visuals are stunning and the fashion is top tier, fans are whispering about something that's not quite adding up. The empty seats, y'all. Y'all, I told y'all, Beyonce gonna fall hard from her. And the reason why she's falling from her pedestal, that's dirty. That's dirty, the things that she does. She know that people are out here struggling, paying their rent and buying food, keeping food on the table. And you wait till they get their income tax so they can give it to you, and you out here buying $200 million houses. The fans are feeling like they are used now. The ones that did buy the seats, they looking around at all the empty seats. These are the people that had enough sense not to buy it. And they look as stupid right now because they about to go home broke. While the people, their friends and the people that decided not to go, they could pay off some of their credit cards, pay some of their bills, buy their kids some stuff that they needed to, you know what I'm saying? Put it on more productive things instead of Beyonce now. Okay, y'all? This is what they're feeling stupid, the ones that actually bought the tickets, okay? And then now everybody is going to multiple concert goers. I went to TikTok, X, IG, and they spilling the tea, y'all. These stadium shows are allegedly playing to half-empty crowds, y'all. She got half-empty crowds. I told y'all they was moving other people to the front because all of the seats, so they could make it look like it was full. This is an embarrassment to Beyonce, y'all. This is an embarrassment. When I told y'all she lost 9 million followers, I wasn't playing. Now you're seeing that not only is she losing followers, but she's losing fans because her tickets, her greed, and that's getting the best of her. That's what's getting the best of Beyonce. Nobody ever said she wasn't talented. She's talented. Well, she was, okay? She still got a nice voice. She's talented. But look what she used her talent for, to push demonic stuff. And her greed. Her greed, y'all. How do you getting ready to retire, allegedly? This is what somebody close to her said. Don't be surprised if Beyonce cuts the end of the tour off. This is what somebody said that's in her inner circle. If she's not feeling seized, and this is the second night, Bird on Street, they said this is the second concert. I guess it's the second one. And they said it was a disaster. Not only was it a disaster because she was scared on the stage, but she also is not filling the stadiums. Half stadium full. You know how that make her look? That first show, they had the lights and all of that stuff just flashing. Oh, the show was full. But when you get to the second show and it's half empty, what's more to come for the next, and the next, and the next? This is an embarrassment to Beyonce right now. This is the fall of the Carters, y'all. And they haven't even started on Jay-Z yet. They piling it up on him. That's why they got quiet in Jay-Zville. Nobody has forgotten about this girl that came forward. Nobody forgot about her. He just played dirty with her. So they know they have to come a different route with Jay-Z right now. They are digging all up in his information right now, y'all. Jay-Z got the feds on him. Did we or did we not say that? I said that on his page about Yellow Beezy. I said the feds is following. They said the private detectives or whatever is following Yellow Beezy around. Police is following him around everywhere he goes, all outside his studio, everything. And then what happened right after that? He got arrested for Mo3. The feds have been piling up information on Big U. 20,000, y'all, pieces of information that they have on Big U. What you think they're doing with Jay-Z? That first female that they threw out there to say that Beyonce, Jay-Z and Diddy did what he did to her. That first female that came out, she was not only just allegedly young, when this stuff happened to her, allegedly, but she was, y'all, disabled. And now Jay-Z's disabled kids are being put on blast. Do y'all see how karma is spinning in a weird way with Beyonce and Jay-Z? And the stupid part about these celebrities, when they're calling themselves trying to run out the country, they're going to places where they can still be shipped back here if they get in some trouble. So I'm wondering now, once they find out, when people start laughing about that on them, because this is the same thing that was happening with other people that was calling themselves trying to run before the feds caught them. They were going to leave and go somewhere that they could still be touched. That the United States, they can make them come back. They were doing the same dumb stuff. If you gonna run, then don't you supposed to run somewhere? Well, they can't send you back like Simmons did, but maybe it ain't good enough for them to go there. They don't like to be in that spot, you know. They want to be somewhere fancy when they.
It's not really saying too much here. I guess you all can hear me now, but I was going to start right there so you guys could see and hear what they are saying regarding Beyonce. Do you think that she is getting karma? And you know, karma is basically something that a person has done in their lives to some point, um, where it has caught up with them. And some people feel that it could be the lifestyles of people, things they have done to other people, blah, 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 blah. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is her time to get karma? Because you're looking at all these reports. There's been a cease and assist for some other stuff with her concert. There's been the selling or no selling of the tickets. And then some people are angry because they said they went and didn't get what they felt was a show worth seeing. Is it really something going on there where the downfall or the downward spin, if you will, is occurring? Because karma is something. When you reap what you sow and you keep living, because all you gotta do is keep living. It's bound to get you, which is why you don't want to really treat people the wrong kind of way. But that's enough with that. I just was trying to check it out, y'all, and to see what it, because I hadn't seen it or heard it either, but I wanted to know. The other story I wanted to talk about was Shannon Sharpe, as y'all all know, the football player, and the one or two women that came out in the beginning. Now it didn't turn into a whole landslide. But I want to go right into this and listen because I haven't heard it either, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Some stuff is people reading what they're sown. Some stuff, some stuff could be not true. But for the most part, in some regards, I don't see an attorney. I don't see criminal charges being just put out there, and there's nothing out there to substantiate it. I don't see it, y'all. Most people, when they come up with public cases like this, they got something to say and to show, and it's unfortunate. But there's a lot of stuff, as you saw, with the celebrities that are happening because of some of the things they've done, quite frankly. But Shannon Sharpe looks like his ex is really saying some stuff about him and the anger and the things that he had regarding his life. Let's just check it out, everybody.
Filing restraining order against him. In an exclusive interview with The Sun, Shannon Sharpe's ex spoke about the alleged attack, right? It says Shannon Sharpe's ex claimed she was scared for her life after the former NFL star allegedly argued her and then threatened her when she filed a restraining order against him. In an exclusive sit-down with The Sun, one of Sharpe's accusers, Michelle Bundy Evans, who's 53, recounts the allegations she made in a bombshell sexual lawsuit suit against himself. What we want to do is we want to play what she had to say. It's a bit long, but we want to play all the important parts, and then we're going to come back and react to her comments. Take a listen to what the accuser had to say here.
It was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand. We met in actually the press room at the Broncos, April of 2002. And, but we didn't start talking until we met up at a club at Blue 67 in Denver. I don't know if anyone is listening from Denver, but yeah, we were at a club at the same time. We didn't go together. We just happened to both be there. And so he started talking to me, and he started pursuing me pretty heavily from then on. I resisted for a while because, I was a reporter, and I didn't want to mix the two. But he's very charming. And we dated until the 2010 incident. And then it came to abrupt end because I wanted, we were arguing and he was threatening me and stuff like that after, but.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, you might not know this about me, but I come from a long line of fiscally responsible.
I didn't see him again after he raped me.
What led up to that fight, that 2010 fight that you guys, I know that the argument ensued first before he allegedly raped you?
The argument was about the fact that he had removed one girl from his house and put another girl in his house and didn't tell me. And he had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating, so I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband, and I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. he's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly? I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle. So I had said no. And I said no, even though I was thinking that. And so it was the hardest. Yeah, this is too hard. I remember he got dressed and he knew what he did. And so, I just kind of escorted him out the door. And then I wasn't going to do anything about it. Sometimes when you're with the person for a long time, it's hard for you to realize that they're being the perpetrator, even though you know it, you don't want to admit it, and there's so much going through your mind. But then he started coming at me. If I tell anybody, he'll use everybody he knows to destroy me, which he basically has. And then he started making other threats against my life, threats. He just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept, just very aggressively behaving, and I could see it wasn't going to go away, and he said he was going to destroy me and he was going to kill me, and he told me he was watching me, and all that. I just went and got a protective order. I'd had it.
So this is a very interesting thing. I'm going to stop right there because some of it is just hard to hear. But here we have this very detailed thing, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I believe her. Very, very detailed and forceful, and very consistent with other women testimonies, if you will. So what do you guys think? Do you think that he is innocent, or do you think he's guilty? It looks like he said he's going to be trying to go after Tony Bugsby because he was the person who started the first lawsuit. But now you got about 5 or 6 more. So what are you going to do? Sue all these attorneys? And I guess what these attorneys are going to do is stick together. So stay tuned, everybody. I think that a lot of this trying to go after the advocate is not convincing. And I think that if men, and these particularly Black men who are doing this, or men in general, we were just saying Black men, because this seems to be their time to shine in a not so good way, that they have to learn how to fight the right way with facts and all that. I know you're going to say, oh, I'm a victim and we never get anything, but that's not true. If there's no proof, then I don't see how somebody can make it. But there is a lot of holes in the story in regard to Shannon being guilty. I hate to be rude, but not to say he is, but he could be, right? So at the end of the day, what do you guys think? I think this is a very distasteful portion of our history, if you will, or a season where you see one Black man after the next. Now, some of them are guilty. Some of them have power and money, and they went to their head. They lost their way. They lost God. And this is why they're caught up in anger and drugs and alcohol, doing what they want to do, but not what they should be doing. This is a fact, everybody. So here you have another Black man possibly going down because of his actions and not having a positive, whatever you want to call it, goodness gracious, personified to deal with circumstances and situations that he might find himself in. Wow. I mean, it's really embarrassing. Here we go with this again. But at the end of the day, what do you guys think? Leave your remarks in the comments. We're just here talking about what we need to talk about. It is what it is. Nobody's going to go crazy. But at the end of the day, we have to sometimes let it out and let people know how we feel about whatever we're going through. All right, everybody. This is Dr. Lil and Keeping It Real with Dr. Lil. And I'm just glad to be able to come and talk and converse and do what I do, because that's part of what I do, everybody. So Keeping It Real with Dr. Lil. Look forward to talking with you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless. Be encouraged and stay positive. Do things that are going to help you help yourself. You know, if you got an extra couple of dollars, an extra couple of some time, use it wisely. If you find yourself being in these categories, men and women, get help. You live in a country where there's a lot of help, and go to a good church. Just pray, because God can send you to a good church. That much I do know. All right, everybody, Keeping It Real with Dr. Lil. Talk to you soon, everybody.